Hey, what's going on everyone? MonadoMax here, and we are back with another exciting video. We finally have more information on The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I think it's really funny that we are now getting this information because a lot of people, even though I disagree with this, I feel like there was enough information before going into this presentation. A lot of people was complaining that there wasn't information and they were wanting a Zelda Direct basically. And we were seeing that a lot on Twitter. And it's just funny because the timing is perfect because Nintendo just always does this stuff at the right time when people are just asking for it. And then they just come out of nowhere with a tweet announcing the Zelda presentation. I mean, they didn't call this a Direct, but it essentially was a Zelda Direct. I don't know why they didn't use the Direct name. I don't know. It was very exciting though. There was a lot of things that happened in this Zelda presentation that we're gonna have to go over because it was 13 minutes long of exciting information. And in this video, I'm gonna be breaking down all the exciting things that was talked about and then some speculation of my own. So let's get into this awesome video. Let's start. They start the presentation with announcing that Zelda Tears of the Kingdom has completed development. So that's actually pretty exciting because I know some people were actually worried that maybe this game wasn't going to come out in May just because there was no information, all that good stuff. It just seemed like a very Zelda-like thing to happen for the game to get delayed, because if you don't remember back in the Wii U days when Zelda was called Wii U, Zelda Wii U, before it's called Breath of the Wild, that game was constantly getting delayed. Constantly. And I think there was some worry that Tears of the Kingdom could have a repeat, but nope, we are good. It is ready for May 12th, and I'm very excited that we have that confirmation because we don't have to worry anymore. And then right after announcing that, they went ahead and showed us some gameplay, and it was him playing the game. So that was very exciting. We got to see this world of Zelda in person, no trailers, no edited footage. We all saw it raw, basically raw footage of the game on how it was gonna run, look, what does the world look like, the open world. And as expected, the open world is the exact same world from Breath of the Wild, which I think a lot of us expected, because if they did a whole new world, this game would have got delayed many times, just like Breath of the Wild. Pretty much it is the Majora's Mask of the Breath of the Wild universe, in terms of, you know, gameplay features similar, worlds similar, that type of stuff. Yeah, they showed us some very exciting things because there's still new things to this world, and that was something they wanted to let you guys know. Even though it's the same world, there's still a lot of new things that are happening in this world, such as looking in the sky. You got the things called the Sky Islands, which was very, very cool seeing that in person because we've only seen the trailers of it, and the trailers have been showing little snippets of the Sky Islands, except they weren't called Sky Islands at the time. It looks very great. They showed us how to get over to the Sky Islands, which I was wrong. I thought that Zelda Skyward Sword was going to play a big part into Tears of the Kingdom because they remastered that game for some reason. They came out before Tears of the Kingdom. I felt like this game had an important story details to Tears of the Kingdom, such as the Lothlings returning. I thought for sure Lothlings were returning, but no, it doesn't look like the Lothlings are returning after all. The way to get up there is they have like these falling rocks, and then you use this new feature of Link that he has. He has many new features. One of those things is called Rewind. I know, I'm very excited. It's rewind time, but instead you're gonna get Zelda footage over Will Smith saying it's rewind time. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of funny memes of that. The rewind time was my favorite joke of 2019, or no, that was 2018 when that video came out. Favorite joke of all time. So it's coming back, and it's coming back in a Nintendo game, so it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. The rewind feature is really cool though. You get on the rock and you rewind to the time that it was falling off, and then you jump off the rock to get to the Sky Island. Very cool, and I think there's going to be some very interesting things that you can do with this feature throughout the whole game, especially with all these other features that we saw in this presentation. And then while showing us what the Sky Islands look like and how it is to free roam the world of that, which by the way looks very beautiful, very colorful, very exciting about that. Because it just looks so good. Like, the game looks so good when you're on the Sky Islands. The colors, they just mix so well. They showed off another new gameplay feature, which is called Fuse. And literally, you can fuse any item with another item to make a weapon. Like they were showing a tree stick with the stone, boom. You got like a stone tree stick. I forgot some of the other things, but they were showing how you could use these combinations with the bows, and then they showed that you can use like something that would seem useless in Breath of the Wild, something you would just simply just sell, fuse it with that, and it's like a targeting bow that follows around whatever you're trying to shoot. This feature is really cool because me and my editor were talking about it. It makes you pick up things that you would have never picked up in Breath of the Wild, or if you did pick it up, you were just gonna sell it. It makes you utilize these items that would seem not useful at all, and it's making them useful into combinations of using it to many other things. I think this feature is going to be used a lot for potential Easter eggs that are going to be found out later in the game, because if you don't remember, Breath of the Wild, there's still discoveries of Breath of the Wild people are finding with that game, of cool features you can do, discoveries, that type of stuff. I think a lot of these new abilities that are with Link in Tears of the Kingdom are going to show us crazy things down the road a few years from now. I'm very excited to see how this game is going to be 5 years from now, because I think there's just going to be so many undiscovered things with this game. Just how there is with Breath of the Wild. Like, we're still getting discoveries with Breath of the Wild. Still. And that game's been out almost 6 years. It has been out for 6 years. So, yeah, I'm very excited. This fusion thing is really, really, really cool. It's such a cool gameplay implement. Like, this is probably my favorite gameplay implement, just because it's sick. That is awesome. Like, I made the joke, like, what if you like find a fish and you like take the fish and put a sword and it's like a fish sword or something? I don't know. There's gonna be so many quirky things you can do with this fusion thing. I'm very, very excited to see some of the options out there. Another new gameplay feature that was heavily speculated was Ultra Hand. And basically what Ultra Hand does is you take a bunch of stuff that's around you and make a car, or make something that flies around, make something that can get you to places. You're basically making your own vehicles within Tears of the Kingdom. And a lot of people speculated, is that what they were going to be doing with this? Because if you look at the previous trailers, previous photos, Zelda was always in a different type of vehicle, and it looked like it was built. And you are the one building it. So this is also probably another thing that we're gonna see a lot of crazy things that we would have never expected possible happen with this. Probably things that Nintendo themselves aren't thinking of. We're gonna see people make their own cars in certain ways. I think it's gonna be exciting. Another exciting feature into this game. And it just goes to show how much new things are gonna be in this game. Because they go to say that there are so many amazing combinations that we haven't even shown on this video. So I am very, very, very excited for that feature also. And then they show another ability off. This was the last ability they showed off of this presentation, which is called Ascend. And basically, you could be inside of a cave and you can hit Ascend and already be at the top of the cave. You're basically going through the top of the cave. You're like a ghost or something, and you're on top. I think this is going to be very, very, very useful in the game, because for me personally, when I played Breath of the Wild, when I was climbing up those mountains, there were so many times that I failed to climb the mountain because I didn't have enough stamina. And then a feature like this, Ascend, is going to help out a lot, especially if there's an opening where you can use it. I think this is going to be very exciting, very fun. I think is also going to be used to speedrun the game in some form. It's going to be used for glitches somehow, some way. We will see how it's going to be used, but I know this is going to be the thing that breaks the game, glitches the game, speedruns the game, beat the game in like 7 seconds. I know it's going to have something to do with that ability right there. So that was 4 abilities right there, and it made me wonder, are we going to see the previous abilities that Link had in Breath of the Wild? And then I was also wondering, how are we going to see Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity play into the Tears of the Kingdom storyline? Because, you know, that game kind of, I don't know if messed up the timeline is the correct way. Because, well, you get 2 timelines. You get present meeting the past, so like I'm curious to see how that's gonna work, because those characters are definitely coming back into Tears of the Kingdom. So I'm excited how Tears of the Kingdom is just gonna work in general, because Age of Calamity has you question so many things. Like, I'm excited to see how Tears of the Kingdom is going to work from a storyline perspective, especially after Age of Calamity. I hopefully didn't spoil Age of Calamity for you, but if you're watching this video, you shouldn't be watching this if you haven't beat Age of Calamity. I kind of miss calling it Breath of the Wild too. Am I the only one that feels weird calling it Tears of the Kingdom? I mean, there's always a Zelda game that has some sort of title, so it makes sense that they don't have Tears of the Kingdom. It's just, or Breath of the Wild 2. It's just, I liked calling it Breath of the Wild 2. I was calling it Breath of the Wild 2 for like 5 years, and here we are with the Tears of the Kingdom name, which, you know, kind of reminds me of when Zelda Wii U, we called Zelda Wii U that for so long, and then Breath of the Wild. Okay, I'm talking too much about that. Sorry. I'm very excited to see how this storyline is going to play, because this is something they're also not talking about. They're keeping this game to the bare minimum of information, which excites me. I know a lot of people aren't happy with that, but for me, they already had my money when this game was announced. I think this is going to be an exciting game. We're getting the Switch having another Zelda game, and to be honest, this is like the first mainline Zelda game for the Switch being utilized specifically for the Switch, since Breath of the Wild was utilized the Wii U. It was developed for the Wii U, and it basically got ported to the Switch. It's more of a Wii U game in my opinion, so this is going to be exciting because we're getting full-on Switch Zelda mainline game. That's not a remaster, remake, anything like that. I am very excited. They wrapped up with the gameplay, and then they announced the Zelda Switch, the Switch that was announced or leaked. I don't even know how that got leaked so early, but that thing got leaked like 4 months ago. But it's official, and it looks way better than what it looked like before, to me at least. I love the Switch dock. I love the Joy-Cons. Not the biggest fan of how the Switch itself looks from a special edition. And then they also announced the Pro Controller. I'm definitely buying the Pro Controller. That Pro Controller looks sick. Very exciting for that. I just wish they would have made gold Joy-Cons. Like, specifically gold Joy-Cons with the Triforce logo on there. That's what I want. That is my dream Joy-Cons. I think it's disappointing that we've never seen that and done yet. It makes sense. Everyone buys that. That'd be the first Joy-Con to sell. So many Joy-Cons, like a gazillion Joy-Cons would be sold with that. Tell me you don't want that. That would be so exciting. But that is all that has happened within this game, within this presentation. They showed enough. I didn't need this, but it was great seeing this. I am very, very excited for this game. I wish I could take the day off, but unfortunately I'm gonna have to work. But I think I'll be there for the midnight release. So if you guys want to see a midnight release vlog of me picking up the game and then releasing it like 2 hours later, let me know in the comments down below, because I will so do that. I will do that. If that's what you guys want, I will do that. I will make a Zelda themed midnight vlog, going to my local GameStop, picking up the game, all that good stuff. I've been talking for way too much, guys. I want to know everything you guys have to say about this presentation. I want to know your theories, your speculation. I just want to know your thoughts. I'm very interested to see what people are thinking. Because the cool thing about Zelda is you can speculate so much within these games, and you can either be so right or so wrong, and are so wild with your predictions that end up being correct. Make sure to backslash that subscribe button, like the video, check out the Twitter, check out the Twitch, check out the Instagram, check out the Discord, and I will see you guys in the next video. I gotta end this because I literally have to go to work. After I send this video off, I have to get ready to go to work, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. Wish me luck at work, guys.